Hey, anglers. Today I just wanted to talk about the gear in Fisher Online, focusing on the reels. This is from how I choose them and equip them on rods or what rods to use. Maybe touch on some of them and what you can use as well, and maybe other gear that are relevant to Fisher Online. So hopefully, after you watch this, you'll get a better understanding of the gear in Fisher Online. Let's get on with it then. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the cast. If my videos help you out, consider subscribing for Fisher Online spots, guides. It really supports my channel and helps other players like you find the. Yep. So if you haven't joined my Discord, the link will be on the description below. We have discussions here, spots. We share spots as well. So feel free to join this server. Thanks. So the most of the information here, or the knowledge I gained, is from Bikers, one of the veteran players, and also a few clubmates in friends fishing club. And also, I want to thank the other players who are helping me in game when I ask those questions. Hopefully, this video will help other players like me who started. Okay, now I'm in the Italy app shop. Let's go to the reels. So as a beginner, you'll be getting or having the SDK ones, Raiwa, and as soon as you go to the mid game or late game, you'll be introduced with the Salamo, then the Oceans. We'll skip the bait cast for now, but since they're all the same anyway, we'll focus on the spinning reels. And then the end game, I guess, or once you have enough silver, there's the Vanguard, the Raiwa, and the Neptune. Let's start with what these means. The friction, the power, and the size of the reel. So the friction, um, it's basically like the dragging force, uh, how much you can apply before the line is released. In my understanding, this is like your drag strength, how hard you can fight the fish before. Say for example, if it's like a 10 kilo fish, yeah, this would break the 6 kilogram reel. That's how I understand it. So this friction also should not exceed the rod strength or the line strength. So the friction will be based on what line you'll choose and what rod you'll be choosing. For the power, it's pretty much how you can pull the fish, uh, and how much fighting power you would pull the fish in. Um, Say for example, you can pull in the like 6 kilo fish when it's tired, um, compared to a 10 kilo fish when it's tired. You still can't pull it. Or it might take you a while to pull it in. My understanding. If I'm wrong, leave something in the comments, guys. I'm not sure, but that's how I understand it. And the size will be based on what rod you can use for this reel. So say for example, this one is 2,500. Um, the rod that you would use this in will be on the bigger rods, which has the reels that are less than or equal to 2,500. So that's where you can attach them to. So see here, it has a strength of 5.2 kilos for the bigger use sense. So this is where you can use the STK jackfish. Yep. So that's how you pair them up. Now let's go a bit higher for the Raiwa. Um, Power is 6 kilos and friction is 18. So the feeder rod that you would use here um, is the Kitana 18s. So tip for this one, when I was doing level 0 to or level 1 to 20, I was using the Kitana 18s for a while with the Raiwa 18s because the Jackfish doesn't have the 18 friction. So you would go for the Raiwa and then the Kitana 18s up until around level 20, 25. That's where I was able to use them. Now, once you get past level 20 or around level 30, 40, you can get into the Salamo series. If you're going after the Salamo reels, go for the higher power and the highest, friction, and you can buy 3 of them. Here, yeah, I was just testing out rods before and just basing them on the friction. But if you are going for, say, for example, the spinning rod and Kitana 30s, just go for the highest reels if you want to go for the Salamo. And what else? The water tamer, that's a bit high. I don't have the carp rods. Let me just go there. Okay, so the carp rods are in the tech map. This is where you can use the Salamo reels, Salamo Carp Hunter 45, but that's a bit pricey. So I think the efficient way you can fish for carp is get the Salamo 45s, or you can start with the Salamo 29s or 35 if you want to fish with carp fish. Now, if you notice, the power are all the same here. 16, 17 is the highest. If you go back to the ocean reels, they're mostly the same. And the cheapest one that you can get for ocean already has a power of 18 and a friction of 20. So I think the best way or the best investment for this one is get the ocean reels, and not only you can use them for the carp rods, you can use them for other feeder rods. Not that other reels you can't use, but for the oceans you can use on the water tamers, Kitanas. The oceans, when I started this game, I used them on the spinning rods, catching for grass pike easily on low level 20, level 25. Someone provided me with the ocean reel, and it's a lifesaver. So as early as you can skip Salamo, go for the cheapest ocean reel, and then you can see here it says currency of improvement. So you can upgrade them until 45 kilos drag. So get 3 of them. I already have 3 of them upgraded to the maximum level. And then this can get you far. You can catch a lot of fish with 18 kilos power. Just on this map, you can get most of the fish here. Maybe not easy for the Wells catfish or the tuna, but you can still catch most of the fish on Italy, and also the carps. Wild carp 15, you can get, small carp, I guess, but you can get this with a bit of fighting power as well. Yeah. So if you're going for the the mid game or after the beginner reels, go for the oceans. They're only 25,000 silver. So they can go to the float rods as well, especially the match rods, Cezanne series. You can use them there. And I already mentioned the spinning rods. You can use them on most spinning rods. Here you can use them on the LCs, the crest line, up until here, crest line, and the ocean action as well, or the pilker. Oh, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you can use pilker. Let me see. Yeah, you can only use casting rods. Oh, you can use spinning reels as well. Okay, I'm corrected. There you go. Ocean, you can use them on spinning marine pilker rods as well. So, yeah, buy them as soon as you have access. And the money, how much is it? So 25 times 3, 75k. Should be easy. Just sell a few fish cargoes and fish pieces, and you should be able to save a few. And that's it. You can, use them most of the time. Spinning, baiter, float as well. Now for the expensive reels. So just so you know, the ocean you can use both for salt water and fresh water. So you don't need to worry about the damage for seawater. For the higher reels, Vanguard and Raiwa are for fresh water, and Neptune is the only for saltwater reel. So you have to consider that for choosing the reels here. Now, if you can check Vanguard first, it has the power of 23 kilos. So you can easily drag the fish, like easy. Now, things to consider. Look at the lines per revolution, like how fast you can reel in the fish. Lines per revolution for the Vanguard is 1.14. If you compare that to the Raiwa 12,000, it's almost 2-meter lines per turn. So they have the same power, 22, different size, almost the same friction. Friction is 4 to 5 here, but the power is 23 on the Vanguard, and this one's 22. So this one's expensive, I guess, because of how fast you can reel it in. I guess you can use this for tournaments, like Chris mentioned in this video. This you can skip. You can go for Vanguard for the end game, and just choose the highest power, and then maybe buy 3 of them. But if you are gonna use them for both freshwater and seawater, you can just go for the Neptune. It's a bit pricey though, but you can use it on both freshwater and seawater. I've only bought one for now. I haven't bought the others, but if you're keen to get a good freshwater reel and you don't plan to, or maybe you can do minimal seawater fishing, you can just go for the Vanguard. Power is 23. Now, things to consider is, how you repair. Now, easy. If you do the weeklies, you should have enough repair kits for the rods and reels. Now going back here, yeah. So if you're keen, you can just go for the Vanguard. But for now, I'm saving up for the Neptune, so I can use it both on the seawater and freshwater, and it has a maximum power of 23 kilos. Now, I just want to quickly mention thanks to Bikers for creating a spreadsheet like this, and also I want to thank Bitumen Bandit for translating this for the spreadsheet to English. Now, this spreadsheet will show you where to buy what. So say for example, where you want to buy baits, you can check which map you can purchase it from, indicated by the X. We're talking about reels, right? So for the reels, you can see there's a gear ratio, power and brake here. You can see the I'll have to update this if it hasn't been, but it's a good way to I'm using this spreadsheet where you can buy the gear from and which map. You can also check for the spinning rod, boat rods, and the rest, just clicking on the sheets here at the bottom. I will leave a link to this one on the Discord. Now, if you want to join our Discord, if you haven't yet, the link will be there. It's public. It's public to everyone. Right? So, to recap. If after the beginner phase, most of the players that I've been playing with always suggest go for the ocean reels and then upgrade them to the maximum power without any issues. You can use the oceans for both freshwater and seawater. Now, if you want more money and just keen on not thinking about if you were to fish with seawater or freshwater, you can just go straight for the Vanguard Pros. Here you can only spend silver compared to the oceans where you would spend tokens. But yeah, there are things to consider. Next one is the Raiwas. You can skip this unless you want to, join a tournament where you can reel in the fish faster. I guess that's the only one that Bikers mentioned that has an advantage for this one, for this reel. But for the silver, for this, it's not efficient. And for the Neptune, since it has the maximum power, yeah, you can use this for mostly on sea. And it also has I forgot to mention, it has the faster reel speed as well for the Neptune. So this one you can use both freshwater and seawater, I guess. This is the, I guess for now, the end game reel that you can purchase, right? And that's pretty much it. If I missed anything, or if I'm incorrect, or maybe you have any suggestions, leave a comment. Otherwise, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'll see you in the next cast. Cheers.